y'all, I am back again for another video, and this is going to be about narcissistic parenting styles and danger that awaits, along with, in general, these type of deaths are man-made. I saw it firsthand. Where did I see it at? The swimming pool, y'all. You gotta remember, narcissists and psychopaths, they act one way around people, but when they don't think people looking, it's a whole nother set of behaviors. And I'm going to explain to you what I saw at the swimming pool and why you should consider this or do this. And I'll explain to you what I feel like you should do. Don't let your kids go swimming with people. That was one of the rules that I always had for my children growing up. I mean, don't let your children go swimming with other people. So many people drown, especially kids, and I'm mainly talking about kids, when they're on trips with other people's parents. So within the last couple of days, myself and my relative, we were at the swimming pool. Now, this swimming pool is not like at an aquatic center or anything like that. It's not a swimming pool where they're mandated to have a lifeguard. What's mandated at this particular pool that's part of this organization is for anyone that's 18 and under to be supervised by an adult. It doesn't have to be their parent, as long as they're supervised by an adult. This particular location where the swimming pool is at, you can bring guests if you want to. You know, it's just like I said, it's not a swimming pool where it's mandated that they have a lifeguard. However, there is a protective rule enforced, which you would think would work, okay? If the child is under 18, they're supervised or should be supervised by an adult. But this is the problem. And I saw it firsthand. I was in the pool over 30 minutes up to an hour. And this is what I saw. Several kids in the pool. And the management office, they won't let the kids just go in the pool without seeing them walk in with someone that appears to be 18 and over. Also, someone that's authorized to use this particular facility. You have to be authorized to use it, which means you're part of the organization or the company or corporation. So I go in there, fun day. The Lord sent me there, and I'm so glad that I was there. It's so important to stick to a schedule if the Lord is guiding you to stick to it, because I could have canceled and got sidetracked because I had gotten some important text messages and stuff like that. But I said, no, I'm sticking to my schedule. I'm going. And I went there, myself and my relative. We went to the pool. My relative wanted to do the hot tub. I wanted to do the pool. However, as long as I'm 18 and over, it's fine. I mean, I'm there. I can see exactly what my relative is doing. So there's several kids in the pool. There was one little girl. She was no older than about 7. She was very, very short. If she was 9, she would be the shortest 9-year-old I ever seen. So I'm pretty good with knowing kids' ages. So she was about 7 at the most, maybe 6. She had taken swimming lessons. She was an excellent swimmer. There was only 2 people that was there that were adults, 18 and over. Let me tell you what they were doing, y'all. One man was on his stomach, stretched out in the chair tanning. Okay. And I mean, I could just see him now tanning. So he was stretched out on his stomach. So his he's facing away from the pool. He can't see the kids, y'all. He can't see the kids. You could almost pick out which kid might have been his due to the race. These two people that were at the pool weren't the same race. The kids did not look biracial. The man was one race, and the woman that was sitting over at the table in the corner, she was another race. She had her back turned on her phone. I watched these people the entire time not turn around to check on the kids, y'all. Don't let your kids go swimming with people. Don't let them go swimming on school field trips unless you're going to attend. Because I don't know if you ever noticed this, when there's a death of someone that has died swimming, they always with somebody else's parents, and you ever notice they kid survives? Like, but the child that tags along, that's the visitor, that ain't with their real mama or daddy, seems to be the one that gets drowned, y'all. And so what I did, you can't just walk up to people telling people what to do now. This is not those days. People turning around shooting you. You gotta leave people alone. People are highly agitated. They're homicidal. They're irritable. They're racist. They're mean. They're spiteful. This is 2023. These people are all of these things. So you got to take stuff serious. You ain't their mama or daddy. Their mama or daddy already messed them up. That's why they not watching the kids. Or they chose to be messed up. Their parents could have told them, this is how you watch kids when they're swimming. And these are disobedient adults. Okay, so I watched these two particular parents / guardians, whatever they were. The management office sees them going in, so they think, okay, the kids are going to be supervised. Now, the one little girl that was 7 or under, she's approximately 7, 6, 5 at the youngest. She was an excellent swimmer. However, even though the pool wouldn't be deep for me because I am over 5 feet tall, I think the deepest the pool goes is 5 feet tall, which, okay, you think who could drown in there? The average person that I saw in there, even the kids, was taller than the water, but not this one little girl. So even though she's a good swimmer, she's not taller than 4 feet, 3 feet, whatever her height is, 3 feet something inches. She definitely wasn't 4 feet yet. She just wasn't. So you got to remember the swimming pool would be deep for her. When I tell you these parents or guardians did not turn around to look, the woman had her back turned on her phone. I mean, if you're going to be on the phone, why can't you face the swimming pool? I guess she didn't want to get too much sunlight. She didn't want to tan. The man wanted to tan. The man over there tanning, and this is not racist, y'all. I truly believe in taking care of your skin. I guess we all need vitamin D. He was obviously trying to attempt to get a suntan. He couldn't tan. He was just totally turning red. And I'm looking at him like, why is he destroying his beautiful light skin doing that to himself? I don't get it. If you have ivory colored skin or very, very pale skin, it looks better to leave it that way than to turn it red and pink and destroy yourself like that. That was just horrible what he was doing to himself. And that's putting the person at risk for skin cancer. So, however, I know, vitamin D is healthy too, but sunburning is just not right. But he chose to burn himself up and torture himself, not turn around. They don't care about them kids, y'all. I mean, and then the one little girl, she was an excellent swimmer. So I know her mom has taken time to put her in swimming lessons, and that's a beautiful thing. So what did I do as an empathic person? I can't leave the pool. Even if I wanted to leave, I can't leave and especially see the little one. Now those bigger kids, maybe, okay, they'd be okay for the next hour. But that little bitty girl, and I mean, she was swimming, swimming, swimming. And like I said, I watched both parents / guardians the whole time not turn around, see what the kids are doing. Now, at this particular swimming pool, there's been disputes where the management has been cussed out by parents. One woman left her daughter in the pool. I think it was a daughter. She was about 5, and her mama went out to a car to smoke some pot. And the management office caught it and noticed that the little girl was in there unsupervised and went and said something to the mom. The mom called this lady all kind of racist names. And in this case, this was the black lady calling the white lady racist names. The only racists are not just white people, y'all. Black people racist too. If a white person says something to me and they're genuinely trying to protect my daughter, saying, you know, in a nice way, make sure you watch your daughter, I don't want her to drown, and I'm outside smoking some pot, and I start calling this beautiful white lady a bunch of crackers, I'm racist in that case. In this case, this is actually a good white lady, what America calls white, y'all. You know I don't like it, but I'm going to say it so you know what I'm referring to. European American. That's what I would prefer to call what they call white people in America. European Americans. So, you know, it's been stuff like that that's went on before, but I got to see this crap firsthand. This little 7, 6, 5-year-old, this little girl was not being supervised, was swimming her butt off. I can't swim, y'all, so I would have needed her to save me. That's how good she was swimming. So, you know, I'm back and forth because my relative, he's over in the hot tub. I'm in the pool. The pool was a good temperature. It wasn't too cool. I just feel so refreshed. I feel like the Lord put me there. And I'm just amazed at the psychopathic parenting. And this is why I believe in man-made deaths. I don't believe that the Lord always calling you home. Sometimes it's the dumb, freaking, ignorant, uncaring, narcissistic people that's watching these kids that get them killed. Because in my opinion, this wouldn't have been no accident. They got their back turned at the swimming pool. And see, a lot of times what happens with drowning cases, y'all, this is the thing. It ain't always you drown because you can't swim or the water's too deep. A lot of times a medical emergency happens in the swimming pool. So say, for example, I have asthma, which I really do. And just out of the blue, this was the worst day of my life, and I had a major asthma attack in the swimming pool. So I go down. I drown because that asthma attack sent me up under that water, and didn't nobody notice that I had the asthma attack. That's why you got to watch people in water, no matter who they are. I don't think it's a good idea to be in water alone, because if you have a medical emergency that makes you go under the water, even though you could have been saved from that medical emergency, now you drown. And that's the thing, you know, we got just ignorant people. And like I said, they had their back turned. So I'm like, wow, this is just not cool what they're doing. I was advised by my relative to go to the hot tub, get out of the pool because the kids were splashing in the water, and I might get spiked in the eye. This is what I was advised of. I'm like, no, I'm going to stay over here and watch these kids. So I did that. And ultimately, I'm grateful that I watched the kids. So I'm like, no, I'm keeping my eye on these children, especially this baby girl. So suddenly she disappears. She gets out of the water. So I know she's not drowning, but I'm still keeping an eye on her when she's walking around just to make sure she's okay. She's not running like crazy. You know, she's not injured. I mean, my instinct is just watch this baby girl. Somebody got to do it. The guardians and parents not doing it right, and they sitting right there. The gentleman's suntanning. She's sitting over at the table with her back turned. Both of them got their back turned, and she's on her freaking phone. Phones are more important than people, y'all. You gotta understand that in this sick world. So my relative is in the pool. He decides to come out of the hot tub. And he's a little older, but I still check on him. I'm still watching him, and he's way taller than the water. You know, even if you're not going to have your eye directly on them, I think you should always have your eye on the kids in the swimming pool. I don't care how old they are. You just should. So I'm still checking on him, you know, because the hot tub and the swimming pool, they're kind of connected. So I can get out of the pool and go check on my relative in the hot tub. So he comes back to the swimming pool, which they're pretty much side by side, y'all. And, you know, he gives me the advice once again, you know, you're going to get splashed in the eye. Be careful, you know, just be careful. So I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. So empaths, we get a little love when we helping the kids, right? So baby girl comes around the corner, kind of catch me off guard, and she has her water gun, y'all. And she shoots at me and shoots me in my left eye. Now, the beauty of this is she ain't got no regular water in this water gun. She didn't put some of that chlorine water in that water gun. And of course she had time to do this because her mama not watching her. Her mama wasn't a white, her daddy wasn't a white man. Her mama was, you could clearly tell who kids was who. Because these kids look like they daddy and they mom. And these two parents and guardians were obviously not together. They're two separate families, right? It was quite obvious. So, and I stayed till the end to see them leave. They didn't leave together. They just weren't connected, y'all. So I got shot in my left eye. And you're going to know the instant difference between pure water hitting you and some water with some chlorine in it. It was obvious some water with some chlorine. So I told my relative, I said, I got to get out of here because when you have any kind of chemical that's in the eye, you have to rinse it out immediately. So I went right in that shower at the pool and rinsed it out. So that's the love I got from baby girl. From staying in there to hang out with her, to watch her and the other bigger kids along with my relative. That's what I got. I got some chlorine water, left eye shot. And she didn't just shoot at me, y'all. It wasn't nothing personal. She shot at everybody. She walked around that pool and shot at everybody. And of course, she can get away with all of this. There's no discipline. Her mom is not available to say, hey, that's not a good idea to shoot at people. Baby girl, why did you put that chlorine water in that water gun? If you are going to shoot the water gun, don't shoot at strangers you don't know that's watching you and looking out for you, even though I'm not. So yeah, just be careful, y'all. So this is basically like a little story time of what I experienced. And This just shows character, y'all, and how people think and how little regard people have for these children. And I'm not a mom. I mean, obviously she's taken up some time, paid for some swimming lessons. Her daughter's a great swimmer. Out of all those kids, that little girl could swim the best. However, it doesn't matter. That little girl needs to be watched when she's in that water. You just never know what could go down. And it doesn't take long to drown. And even though that pool is 5 feet, that's deep for that baby girl. So just be careful. My suggestion, this is how I raised my children. I did not allow them to go swimming with other people, being their guardians and adults that were watching them. My children always went to water with me, except for one incident where one of my daughters went with the daycare. And even then, my daughter was somewhat scared / traumatized because she went under the water. However, the daycare was supervising my daughter so she could not drown. This was many, many years ago. And I remember that this was a daycare that was pretty much like family. So outside of that, that was the only time. But if someone asks me, can I take your child swimming? No. I don't care if they're a church. I don't care if they're the Boys and Girls Club. If I'm not there, my child can't go. And I'm doing this video to teach you this and just to tell you that, not teach you, just tell you my experience and give you a suggestion, because this was the first time I ever seen anything like this. I mean, I've been at pools where you see the parent look the other way, they're going to get their phone and bag, but this was the first time I ever seen parents have their back turned. They're tanning, they're playing on a phone, they got their back turns, and they do not look at the children. No regard for the children at all. Very, very careless behavior. Careless and unloving, thoughtless. And if anything would have happened, that would have been a man-made death. The Lord ain't calling nobody home when you at the swimming pool, just not watching the kids. And if you're in these type of situations, do the same thing I did. It doesn't matter if it's your kid or not. Watch them children. The bigger kids too. Do not leave your kids or any other kids at a swimming pool unsupervised, y'all. I love y'all so much. I hope you enjoyed all the videos that I've uploaded this weekend. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye. Oh, by the way, I've been on this bike 38 minutes, y'all. Thank you.